Coming up, we'll explore all that the Technical College of the Lowcountry has slated for summer, and we'll get an inside look at the Bluffton Township Fire Department. It's all coming up right now on the Bluffton News. Welcome to the Bluffton News. I'm Anneliza Itkor, and it's been a busy week. Let's start off with Bluffton's current headlines. The Farmers Market of Bluffton has become a star attraction, literally. Ashley Olsen, one of the twins from the former Full House TV sitcom, was spotted strolling along Calhoun Street at the popular Thursday market. Olsen obligingly posed for a photo with market manager Kim Viljak to help promote the nonprofit market, then quickly moved on before other people spotted her. Viljak said Olsen left with fresh local produce. She also stopped by the Cottage Cafe in Bluffton for lunch Thursday with two friends. And the second annual Shag and Drag drew crowds in Old Town Bluffton Saturday. Auto aficionados enjoyed the large collection of classic cars available for viewing from 4 until 6. And then people were dancing in the streets as shaggers from all over the Lowcountry gathered on Calhoun Street to kick up their heels to classic beach music. The Shag and Drag, presented by the Old Town Bluffton Merchant Society, is one of the many popular local festivals Bluftonians enjoy every summer. One of Bluffton's most anticipated and embattled economic development gains is facing a new hurdle. Savannah's St. Joseph's Candler Health System and Beaufort Memorial Hospital are renewing their fight against the proposed Bluffton Outpatient Center. This time they've taken their objections to the South Carolina Administrative Law Court, according to documents filed with the court last week. St. Joseph's Candler Health System and Beaufort Memorial Hospital have argued since last fall that their rival's new facility will divert their patients if it's allowed to open. In its latest challenge, St. Joseph's Candler levels a number of charges against the proposed facility and the health agency that ruled in Hilton Head Hospital's favor. The Georgia Health System argues its rival's project is not financially feasible and that it will materially harm the existing care providers, including Hilton Head Hospital's own nearby affiliate, Coastal Carolina Hospital, and that the outpatient facility won't offer enough care to the indigent and medically underserved populations. In spite of the current protests, construction of the new facility will begin upon receipt of all regulatory approvals. Bucking the trend among neighboring cities, Bluffton's Town Council approved a budget that dropped a 3% wage increase for all full-time employees endorsed by the town's chief executive and mayor. Instead, Bluffton will use the money town manager Anthony Barrett budgeted for the first across-the-board raise of base salaries in 4 years to possibly hire a full-time public information officer, offer one-time bonuses and base pay raises on a discretionary basis, and commission a study that evaluates the competitiveness of current public salaries. Barrett stated that he hasn't changed his mind about the possible need to raise pay across the board to meet market rates, but the pay study, the first since 2007, will help make that clearer. And according to the South Carolina Department of Public Safety, Beaufort County has 18 intersections that are considered most dangerous. 6 of these most dangerous intersections are in the town of Bluffton. To be classified as a most dangerous intersection, there has to have been a minimum of 10 collisions at the intersection. The state compiles a list of the most dangerous intersections based on number of collisions, number of people hurt, and number of people killed. And here's what's happening around the state. Police are investigating after a man was found dead on a street in Charleston. Officers were called to an intersection on the Crosstown Expressway around 12:40 a.m. Sunday and found 22-year-old William Nelson dead from several gunshot wounds. Investigators don't have a motive for the shooting or any suspects. And a federal program designed to help people facing foreclosure in South Carolina is getting few takers. In fact, less than 10% of the money set aside 18 months ago to help people through the South Carolina Homeownership and Employment Lending Program has been given out. South Carolina was one of 5 states to qualify starting in January 2011 for the federal Hardest Hit Fund because of its high unemployment. But just $26 million of the $295 million in aid has been given out. One group helping homeowners says it's too tough to qualify for the money. Homeowners must be unemployed, underemployed, dealing with the death of a spouse, or facing steep medical bills. And finally, officials are looking for volunteers to help out with a drill to test South Carolina's response to a potential terrorist attack. The 5-day 2012 South Carolina Weapons of Mass Destruction Specialized Response Team exercise begins July 9th. Public safety agencies from around the state will be coming to Horry County to test out teams that would respond during attack involving weapons of mass destruction. Authorities need volunteers to play unarmed victims and students in various scenarios. Anyone who wants to sign up can get more information at www.horrycountyfirerescue.com. For more information on these headlines and more, please check out the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Coming up, Lynne Hummell of the Bluffton Sun has all the latest on Bluffton's top stories as the Bluffton News brings you hot off the presses. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Joining me now is Lynne Hummell of the Bluffton Sun. All right, so Lynne, you know, with this rainy weather that's been rolling through the low country, I think the last thing that people want to hear about is more water. But, you know, it's one of our most precious resources. What is the Beaufort Jasper Water and Sewer Authority doing to bring more water to the Bluffton area?
Well, you're right, Anneliza. It is a precious resource, and the Water and Sewer Authority has begun work on its largest water line in its history, a 36-inch diameter line that will begin near the Purrysburg Treatment Center west of Hardeeville, and it will extend through the Levy area, and that will connect to the system near Pritchardville and Bluffton. And this will increase our water supply, which comes from the Savannah River, to Bluffton and all of southern Beaufort County, actually. And they're saying that this new line will reduce our dependence on the Floridan aquifer, which has been compromised by saltwater intrusion.
Yes, I've heard a lot about the problems they're having with the aquifer. Now, exactly how long is the line going to be, and when is it going to be completed?
Well, it's about 78,000 linear feet, which is about 15 miles, and it should be finished by this time next year at a cost of about $14 million.
Well, not cheap, but it's still a very exciting prospect for Bluffton. Now, along the lines of more good news, we've been hearing some great things about the USCB athletics department, and there's a new head baseball coach who's not really new. Tell us a little bit about him.
That's right. Brian Llewellyn is his name, and fans of the Sand Sharks will recognize him as the interim head coach since last November when Coach Rick Sofield left. Llewellyn had been named interim coach while the university conducted a nationwide search. And athletic director Ty Rykovich said that after looking at all the other candidates, he realized he had the best one right here.
Well, he certainly did a fantastic job with the team this year.
Great
What
season.
is he working on for next season?
Well, he says it's going to be a building year. He's going to have to replace 19 seniors who graduated.
And I know those seniors, some of them are going on to do some terrific things. One of them actually being picked up by the Cubs this year. It's pretty exciting. All right, so moving on, tell us a little bit what's happening with PAL. It sounds kind of interesting. It sounds more like a winter coat sale. Why does Palmetto Animal League want to move some fur?
That does sound like an interesting topic, doesn't it? The Palmetto Animal League has been overwhelmed with animals needing sanctuary and needing to be adopted, and they're running out of room, so they need to move some fur out of their facilities, and they're going to have a big adoption event on the 30th, June 30th from noon to 4. It's called Move Some Fur Day, and they're going to have special prices on adoptions, particularly for older animals. And you can get kittens 2 for 1. They all have to go to good homes, and so they're going to be checking people out. They're going to have refreshments, and they're going to have a goodie bag that goes out with each animal that's adopted.
Oh, that's terrific. Now, if we can't make it on June 30th or can't adopt an animal, what else can we do to help?
You can donate. They're looking for Friskies cat food or Pedigree dog food, and they can always use clean, old sheets and towels and things like that in the shelter. And of course, a cash donation is always welcome as well.
All right, well, that all sounds great, Lynne. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, summer fun is definitely well underway in Bluffton, and Rodney Vaughn is here to bring us up to speed with our Bluffton Entertainment Report. Hey, Rodney.
Hi there.
Now, I know we both saw a terrific show last week at the Arts Center of Coastal Carolina. Bring us up to speed on what's going on with Shout the Mod Musical.
Shout the Mod Musical, what a fantastic show. Casey Colgan and his crew have really done a nice job over at the Arts Center. I was so impressed with all the music and the performances of the ladies that were in the production. It was really great.
Well, I was as well. I mean, can I tell you, those women, not only can they sing, not only can they dance, but are they tall or what?
Oh, wow. It was so awesome. They looked so great.
It used to be, that stars were very petite. Now, big, beautiful. They were just unbelievable. Great music. You definitely want to check it out. Tell us how we get tickets.
Well, the tickets are still available, and the show runs through July 29th. They're $37 or $42 for adults, and then children can go for $25 to $29. And you can log on to artswhhi.com, or you can call their box office at 842-ARTS.
All right, well, we'll definitely do that. Now, taking it from theater on one end of the Low Country to the other, I understand there's a great production coming to Sun City.
Exactly. Magnolia Hall at Sun City is hosting the Pajama Game, and there's still one more weekend available of performances for that, and it's a great show. They do a really, really good job of the Sun City version of the Pajama Game. Lots of music, lots of dancing, and it's nice to see everyone get out and have a good time for that as well.
The Pajama Game is one of those musicals that a lot of people may not be familiar with, but it was a huge hit, had a great Broadway run, very memorable music. It's one of those shows that when you go and see it, you'll say, I didn't know that was from the Pajama Game. It's really fun. Now, how do we get tickets for that?
You can call their box office, and it's 645-2700, and the tickets for that show are $23. They have performances still available on the 29th and the 30th.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Rodney. As always, you always give us something fun to do on the weekend, and I'll be looking forward to what you have to tell us next week.
Thanks, Anneliza.
When we return, Technical College of the Low Country's Michael Burgess discusses TCL's summer curriculum, and Captain Randy Hunter tells us all about the Bluffton Township Fire Department. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Now, summer does not mean vacation at Technical College of the Low Country. In fact, the campus is in full swing as their summer schedule ramps up. Here to give us all the details is New River Campus Administrator Michael Burgess. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now let's start off with the basics. What are the most popular classes this summer at the TCL New River campus?
Wow, of course, the health sciences classes are always popular. We have a number of students through our articulation agreements who are going to summer school to gather up a number of basic classes like your math, science, English. If you have students who are perhaps attending another college, they have the summer off, TCL offers a great opportunity for them to continue getting those general courses out of the way and having them transfer back to their home institution and to do it at a great bargain as well.
That's great. Now, I'm sure that the thought of employability is first and foremost these days in this difficult economy. What sort of careers are hot right now in the Low Country?
Well, just as I said about the fact that a number of the health sciences courses, students are heavily engaged in that. Health sciences is always strong, lots of demographic reasons for that. The other really strong technical programs, if you think about the fact that we live here in the Sun Belt, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, the HVAC courses are very popular, offering vibrant career opportunities for our students, as well as the computer courses, and again, those courses in paralegal. We have a number of students who are participating in that.
Gotcha. Now, anything that we should know about the upcoming fall semester?
The important thing to know is now is the time to register if you haven't registered already. Fall classes start in August. If you are going to be needing financial aid, you want to get your FAFSA completed and begin that process. The other thing is that a lot of students, all South Carolina residents, are eligible for lottery tuition assistance. And if you consider, lottery tuition assistance can help students save not only a lot of money, but the TCL program, our tuition with lottery tuition assistance is probably about $900, a little more than that. It's a great bargain, great opportunity, and now's the time to get started.
Well, it certainly sounds like TCL has a lot to offer in the coming months. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Now I am so pleased to introduce you to one of the people who regularly puts their life on the line keeping Bluffton safe, Captain Randy Hunter from the Bluffton Township Fire District. Welcome to the Bluffton News, Captain.
Thank you for having me.
Now tell us a little bit about the Bluffton Township Fire District.
Well, the Bluffton Township Fire District covers 246 square miles, and we currently have 6 stations throughout our coverage area. So our responses are, we can keep up our response times. We have 29 personnel per shift. With 3 shifts, that's a total of 87 personnel. And with support staff, that brings it up to about 103 personnel.
Wow, I had no idea that it was such a huge organization. Now, what kind of emergencies does the BTFD handle?
Well, actually, the term fire department many years ago, they used to respond to fires. But what I like to say nowadays, the fire service is pretty much the catch-all for all emergencies. If it's law enforcement, you get a police officer. If it's an emergency where someone needs to go to the hospital, you get an ambulance. And when someone calls 911 and there's no one else, they send it to the fire department. We handle hazardous material calls, emergency medical situations, car accidents, confined space, high angle. And yes, we do occasionally get the cat out of a tree for someone that is a cat lover.
Well, I've always been curious when when you hear the sirens coming and it's almost always an ambulance and a fire truck together. Why, when someone calls 911, do they get both an ambulance and a fire truck all the time?
That's a great question, and it's one we get a lot. The reason is because in our response district, where we have 6 stations, Beaufort County EMS only has 3 transport units in our area. So we send a fire truck to every emergency medical scene. One, we can get there sometimes quicker than EMS, and if we can get there, we can assess the situation, possibly stabilize that patient, and then when Beaufort County gets there with their EMS transport unit, we can pass the patient off to them, and then they can do what they need to do. And also, we send it so that if the situation is more serious, that we have extra personnel there. Us and Beaufort County EMS, we work hand in hand. They support us, we support them, and the whole thing is for a better outcome for the patient.
Good. Well, that makes sense. Thank you so much for all that you and your department do, Randy.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Coming up, Shellie West Hodges takes on WHHI President John Byrne in the Bluffton Business Report, and get ready to meet this week's Bluffton Pet of the Week. This week, Bluffton business reporter Shellie West Hodges met with our very own John Byrne, president of WHHI.
Hi, Anneliza. We are here today with John Byrne, the president of WHHI. John, tell us a little bit about WHHI and what you do here in the area.
Well, I tell you, we've been down here since May of 2006 when we purchased the station, and in the past 6 years, we've really tried to create a bridge between the station and the local community. And with our recent expansion through Hargrave, we're now Channel 8, as you well know, in Bluffton and surrounding counties like Jasper and Hampton. Our reach is bigger and broader than it's ever been. So we're in almost 75,000 households. And that really creates a lot of responsibility for us to be a bridge between us and the community, because now there's a lot going on. Got a lot of area to cover, a lot of people out there that want to voice their opinion in the Bluffton News and programs of that nature. So we're really excited at the opportunity. We think Channel 8 is going to give the viewers 2 big platforms. Number one, their voice can be heard on the news, and then if they're business owners, they're going to have an opportunity to advertise their business on WHHI-TV and reach some of the 70,000 households that are here year-round.
Okay, now you have some other programs that are coming up that are going to be great for the area. Tell us a little bit about some of the newer programs.
Well, we're developing local programs all the time. We're a 100% locally produced station. In other words, we don't buy syndicated programming from programmers around the country. So that's why when you turn on HHI, you see shows like Girl Talk and Bluffton News and Hilton Head News and all the unique programming that you see we create right here. And over the past 3 years, we've really really rebuilt our programming schedule, and one of the biggest things we do is high school football. So starting in mid to late August of this year, high school football is back, and it's the best schedule we've ever had. I mean, we've got Bluffton, Hilton Head, Beaufort. It's a 10-game slate. It's going to be fantastic. We're really looking forward to it.
Well, I know in the Bluffton area that high school football is really something that people look forward to seeing, and I think it's going to be great that it's going to be out there and on WHHI and on Channel 8. Now, you have some other exciting news. Y'all have just acquired another station. Tell us about that.
We did. We acquired WBUW, the CW affiliate in Madison, Wisconsin. We closed on that end of February this year, so we're really excited about that. And, you know, a lot of the things that have worked for us here at HHI, we're trying to implement up there because we believe the future of local television is local programming. So that's what we're all about, and we're very bullish on the direction that we're going.
Okay. Well, John, that's wonderful. Great things for Bluffton, great things for the area, and we are so excited to have them on Channel 8 with us in Bluffton. Back to you, Anneliza.
Thanks, Shellie and John. All right. Though she may be tiny, our Bluffton Pet of the Week, Daisy, is a veritable giant when it comes to sweetness. A rat terrier chihuahua mix. She's very intelligent and a quick learner. This cutie is playful, active, and cuddly. She is also house trained. For more information on Daisy and other adoptable pets, please contact Maranatha Farms at 843-816-6676. Thanks for joining us for the news program that is all Bluffton all the time. I'm Anneliza Itkor for the Bluffton News. We'll see you next time.